Welcome back to Healthy Don't Hurt. My name is E-Man. I'll be your host back with another Fire Live on a Monday because you know I got that dog in me. How y'all doing today, man? I know y'all see the title of the live. It's mad crazy, I know. Just something I had on my mind, and I want to speak on this, and I want to see what your thoughts are as well. Your boy is taking his powder. Y'all know I be off that powder, that good stuff, that booger sugar. But no, it's creatine. You know, it's not that yay. Won't play that way over here on this side. But yeah, man, I'm just getting my creatine protein shake prepared here while we get into this. Please like the live. Please subscribe as well because I got more heat coming. I got more fire coming in the Easy Grow on Tender. This platform, Healthy Don't Hurt, is a place for adaptation. It's a place to adapt. It's a place to evolve and to overcome. We talk about real life over here and all the problems that life brings. And we also talk about the solutions as well. And to be honest with you, the solution is my favorite part because everybody likes to bitch and complain about how life isn't fair and how this, that, and the third. I mean, I talk about that too from time to time, but I also like to highlight the solution. They always leave the answer out, because the problem is much more profitable. But we'll talk about that and the bag of chips. But yeah, man, how y'all doing, man? We up in here deep. It's Monday. Hopefully your days are starting off strong. Mondays are always a little anxiety filled, but we gotta make it work. Because it won't work if we don't. But yeah, your boy's definitely about to be hitting the gym pretty soon. Today is back day. I'm gonna be up in Crunch Fitness getting busy. We gonna get into this topic here shortly in a few more moments. Why so many men are turning into women, or women, should I say? And this, bro, it's definitely a sign. Men turning into women is definitely a sign of our country just going into the crapper economically, spiritually, shit, and probably even physically too. I hate to say it, being a man is hard. Being a man that expects more of yourself, that's constantly expecting progression and advancement. It's tough, man. It's just not for everybody. And a lot of people are broken along the way. Mental health is, the worst it's ever been as well. You have people that are graduating college, they can't get good jobs. You have people that are starting families. Our economy is doing absolutely terrible. Daycare costs more than our rent. Credit card interest rates are up 30%. It's just tough, bro. It's just hard on everybody. And, a lot of times when it all falls apart, we all point at the man. We're gonna get into it here shortly, guys. But yeah, man, it's July. July's here already. A third of our summer is gone, man. And I hope you guys are, just taking what God gave you. Like God got us up today, and it's truly a blessing. I'm so thankful that the Lord got me up today and he did his part. So I gotta do mine. I gotta find a way to become a better person, better YouTuber, a better brother, son, better employee, a better business owner. Just being better in general. That's what your boy's here for, man. What your boy's here for. That's what this platform is designed for as well. We try to help and just try to progress in every way that we can, financially, spiritually, and emotionally. And I feel like those three areas in life are really the pinnacle of happiness, in my personal opinion. There are tons of people that are emotionally unstable and they have tons of money and they look great physically, but emotionally they're in shambles. And you also have people that are emotionally sound, but physically and financially they're doing awful. It's hard to master all three, but I feel like if you can get all three, pinned down for the most part, you'll be in good shape. Um, but yeah, please make sure to hit the like button on your way in here, guys. Your boy's just chilling on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. Lots of things going on in this country. We have the debates that happened last week, which was a total crap show. And they just keep replaying, the best and worst parts of this election, of this debate for the election between Trump and Biden. And yeah, man, people are starting to pay attention. That's the interesting thing about election time and political season is people poke their head up, you know, once every 4 years, and they notice what's going on with their taxes, with their health care, with our interest rates. People actually pay attention. So it's it's pretty interesting. You know, because I watch people. You know, I watch people. I like to see where the herd is going. That way I can pinpoint weaknesses in communities, cities, in structures, in systems. You know, anything where there's organizing being done. Anything where there's a perimeter for things to get accomplished. I look for weaknesses within that perimeter. That way I can take advantage. I use my strengths against, you know, society's weaknesses, the company's weaknesses, the community's weaknesses, you know, because I came to get mine. My pronouns are he, him, get money. You know, that's my pronouns, as you guys can see in the description below. They kill me with these pronouns, bro. But yeah, man, we might as well get into it since we're talking about pronouns. We'll start the show. Welcome to Healthy Don't Hurt. My name is E-Man. I'm here to elevate, elaborate, and to elevate. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I'm doing quite well. And yeah, let's get into it, man. So, you know, it's 2024. It's the year 2024 now. Our society has changed quite a bit. A lot of the older generation, especially the older men, they are not adjusting well to our society at all. You know, like this whole LGBT Pride Month, it was tearing their asses up, boy. Like for real, they ain't know what to do. Like our older generation, they cannot accept this lifestyle. And you know, this is not a pro LGBT community or LGBT. This is not a pro LGBT channel. This is a pro do you channel. If that includes LGBTQ, then good for you. It's none of my business what you do behind the bedroom, what you do behind closed doors in the bedroom. You know, I ain't watching, I'm also not participating, but pop off, I guess. Do what you gotta do. You know, no diddy. Can't stop, won't stop. But no, for real, man, it's definitely interesting with all the changes that we have in our society. We have gender roles being changed. You know, we have what is a woman, what is a man. We have, you know, people are able to be gender fluent now. You could be a man, you could be a woman, you could be neutral, which is crazy. And I'm not agreeing with none of this. I'm gonna be real with you guys, but I don't try to change our world that we live in. Like a lot of people get upset at what they see. And like as a Christian man myself, as a man of God, it's just and as just an individual, as an independent thinker, it's just not my job to change the world. Like you're either with me or you're not with me. And if you're not with me, then I'm not held responsible for those janky ass results, right? But I hope you happy with what you got. But yeah, man, our older generation, they can't handle it. Like this LGBT crap, they going nuts. They going bananas, fam. They don't know what to do. And it's even at work, right? You have training videos on Fortune 500 companies covering pronouns and gender variations, and it's a lot for a lot of people, man. But you know, this is just where we're at as a society. Like you can choose to be a man and then wake up and be a woman, and then people are okay with it. And then anybody that says anything against it, you know, they're ridiculed. You could lose your job. You can go viral on social media. It's a very dangerous game, fighting, you know, this movement. You can lose everything that you hold dear to you. You can lose your literal bank account. You know, like you might be like, oh yeah, a man can turn into a woman, and you could post it on social media. The bank that you belong to, you might get a letter in the mail saying that you have X amount of days to remove all of your funds before it gets brought over to the government. So you know this is here to stay. This is here to stay. Although you know life has gotten hard for me as a man, and I'm sure other men have felt the same you know struggle I have. Autumn Drizzle says, "Hi, Autumn. How you doing today? How you feeling? Happy Monday." This title's crazy. I know it's crazy work. I'm gonna try to cook this up right. Your boy's tired, but I got y'all. I'm gonna carry YouTube on my back today. But yeah, man, like no matter how hard life has ever gotten, I never was like, yeah, I'm gonna go over with the ladies. You feel me? But yeah, man, I think more and more men are turning into women, and a lot of people are frustrated, right? They don't like the visual of it, which it's not my bit. Like, I'm an independent thinker. I want y'all to be an independent thinker too, right? it's not my business to tell you what you should like and what you shouldn't like. I just know I just know what I like. I like women that are blessed in the Behind region. I like being a strong, bald black man, born and raised from Pittsburgh, and I'm about fitness and getting money. My pronouns are he, him, getting money. But a lot of people don't like seeing men transition into women, especially the far right, the Christian community, and a lot of people are getting butt hurt. Autumn said, just been busy, got a new car and sold mine. Oh, congratulations, Autumn. That's what's up. What kind of car you get? And yeah, I understand weekends be busy sometimes. A lot of people don't like seeing, men turn into women and they're not sure what to do. A lot of people are getting angry. A lot of people are, unfortunately lashing out, bro, which is the stupidest thing you could do is getting physical just because you don't like something. But yeah, man, you got these dudes turning into ladies, bro. And I was thinking about like why this keeps happening. And there are more men that transition into women, than ever. And I honestly think the reason why this happened, and please hit the like button here for you guys, because I ain't want to touch this no Diddy with a 10-foot pole with a 10-foot pole. I didn't want to cover this topic like at all, but I was like, hey, mine as well, because this is real life and this is what's going on in our society. I think men are starting to crumble underneath the pressure in our society, and I think that's what's causing them to turn into women. Our old school tactics and methods for raising children and for molding boys to be men, those tactics are now looked at as a form of child abuse. Of child abuse. I got to be real careful. Chris Mack says, yo, what is that bald, dreamy bull? I'm not sure what a bald, dreamy bull is, but I'm assuming you're calling me dreamy. Thank you. I agree. But yeah, man, I think that people are crumbling. I think people are crumbling underneath the pressure. As far as, being a man, like you see those videos on TikTok and on Instagram, they stop the lady in front of a busy street and they're like, "Oh, what are your requirements? What are your requirements for a man?" And then the ladies are always like, they want the 3 6s. Oh, he's got to be at least 6 feet tall, right? He's got to at least make six figures. He got to make 100 grand a year, and he also got to have 6 inches. Now, I don't know. I don't know. What it's like. For y'all in the inch category because it's not my expertise. Not only am I not a viewer, I also don't participate. Right. So I don't know what other men are working with. I just know what equipment God bless me with, and I ain't got no complaints. You feel me? But in reality, that's a pretty high bar in all three metrics. I'm a child. All three metrics. In all three metrics, both financially in height and in height in another way, that's a pretty high bar for you to set for a man. And to be real with you, only 14% of men are 6 foot or higher. Only 1% of men are 6'4" or taller. So that's pretty tough because you're pushing out 84% of men just off the rip, bro. And then you put the six figures in there, the six-figure requirement, it gets even lower. And then, unfortunately, shrimp gang stand up. I ain't discriminating, I ain't dissing y'all or nothing, but if you ain't 6 inches, shorty might not want to holla. She might not think that it's about the motion in the ocean. It might be about it might be about the size of the fishing rod. But like these are pretty tough requirements like on a man. And I feel like a lot of times as a man, you've got to make a decision if you are working or competing against somebody that has an advantage, like straight up, right? So if you're 5'9", you don't make 100 figures, and you got a solid 3 inches of pure venom, right? You might not want to compete against somebody that's 6 feet tall, somebody that got the 6 inch requirement. This is going so left, bro. or the six figures. You might not want to compete against somebody that has the 3 6s. But I feel like just because you don't have an advantage, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't compete for what you want, whether it's a woman, whether it's a job, whether it's a house. But I think we have this new generation of men, because of the way society is going, we got this new generation where they're just soft, right? Because there was once a point in time in my childhood when I was growing up Like I was fighting twins. I fought two brothers back to back, and they were a year older than me and they were taller than me. They were 2 years older than me. I was 11 and they already started puberty. They had mustaches, right? So I was at a clear disadvantage. But I was near my house and I got let off at the bus stop. And just a real quick story. I got let off at the bus stop and these kids were bullying me, right? They were like, oh, because my name's E-Man. They were like, E bitch, email, E Ninja. They were going hard with the name calling, right? And then my mom heard it. My mom heard the names that they called me. My mom was like, I want you to come in the house. My mom was like, I want you to go out there. I want you to take your sister. I want you to go out and whoop both of their asses one by one. I'm like, bro, they're 2 years older than me. My mom didn't give a damn. She was like, I'm not gonna let nobody bitch you. We're not raising bitches. We're not raising crybabies. We're raising strong men. So you're gonna go out there and they gonna get this work. Either they gonna get this work or you gonna get this work. Like my mom literally was about to beat me because she was like, either I beat you or they beat you. I ain't want my mom to beat me, so I was like, hey, we gotta go run this fade. So we went out in the grass, right? And I got my ass whooped back to back. It is what it is, fam. It is what it is, Like your boy, your boy got lumped twice. Shit was crazy, fam. Shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. Tito says estrogen in the food. Also, dang, got hopped up with the shadow clone juice. For real, bro. For real. But yeah, man. So your boy got whooped on back to back, and that was one of the first moments I became a man because I contested somebody that had the advantage, like in every single way. And I feel like nowadays, Fat Boy Tino says your mom was right. That's old school too. But if you don't fight them, they do it all over. Yeah, that's correct. If you don't fight them, they're gonna keep doing it over and over again. And so that's a perfect example of like, parenting styles that are dated, right? That's a form of child abuse nowadays. Like my mom sent me outside to fight two preteens while I was still a child because they were bullying me. I got my ass whooped, but I learned how to defend for myself. I learned how to compete and contest for other men, whether it's respect, whether it's for money, whether it's for a job. I learned that yeah, you might be bigger than me, you might be quicker than me, but I can't let you hold me, and I feel like that mindset is kind of going out of style. Like that old school mentality of suck it up, be a man. It's not about the size of the dog. It's about the dog and the fight, or it's not the size of the dog and the fight. It's the size of the fight and the dog. That type of mentality is completely gone, right? Along with multiple other tactics. There used to be a moment where, you used to get punched in your chest. You used to get you whooped with a belt, right? Child services will be on your doorstep, you know. Um, Unfortunately, that toughening, that molding that we used to do to our children, nowadays it's just not common. So like when our current generation of boys and young men, when they face somebody that has an advantage, that has an edge, right, a competitive edge over them, they don't even compete. They just crumble. They just crumble. They don't even try. They don't fall on their sword. They don't go down on the canvas, just knocked out. They just quit. They just quit. They just melt like an ice cream cone in the sun, and I think this is the reason why we are having so many young men and even older men. Men are doing this in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. They're turning into women, right? And not only is it because they refuse to contest, it's also because of the low bar of entry that women have to be a woman. Jay says, "Hey, Jay, how you doing today?" It's not only because it's not men aren't turning into women simply because life is just beating them, like metaphorically. It's also because women are embracing them. If women would have pushed the men back that tried to join them, they would have no choice but to be back with us again. And I hate to say it, ladies, y'all are too empathetic, right? I love my ladies, but y'all let too much slide. Y'all are too inclusive, right? Men, we literally we are emotional terrorists. And Fat Boy Tino, I know him in real life. Him and my boy Ye. We got this group text message. This group text. If y'all seen the messages inside this text, y'all would think that we belong in a mental hospital. Okay, we are emotional terrorists. If you have any deficiency, if you lack anywhere, any weakness, we're picking it out. We're isolating it, and we roast each other, and it helps us get better, it helps us get stronger, keeps us accountable, right? And it helps us develop thick skin. Jay says, I'm good. How about you? We have guests over for the 4th of July. Oh, have fun. I'm doing pretty good, Jay. I'm doing pretty good. But nowadays, it's really rare for you to find men that will push you in that way to greatness. Instead, they coddle you. They're like, oh, you're overweight. Women don't want you. It's okay. You're fine just the way you are. Or you're skinny. Oh, it's okay. You're fine. You're enough. Instead of telling them that they're enough, you should tell them you're not enough. It's time for you to lose some weight. It's time for you to gain some weight. It's time for you to build some muscle. It's time for you to get a better paying job. It's time for you to like start talking with your chest, and asserting yourself. But instead we've allowed men to be so passive, and once they're no longer with the men and they're like, oh, I want to try to join the ladies are like, yeah, come join us. We like painting our fingernails too. That's a trend that's becoming more common, bro, and it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. You got men winning female beauty pageants. It's a hot mess, man. And there's no real way that we can fix it besides women pushing them back. But um I I'm not worried because I don't try to change the world, but it is a little concerning because I have my son living in this society, and I just hope that they don't look at him poorly because he doesn't want to drink the Kool-Aid. If you know, you know. But we've allowed for men to just be soft. You don't have to go through pain, you don't have to go through failure. And these men, they were like, you know what, I can't cut it against the men, I'm gonna join the ladies. And they put on a skirt, they put on a wig, they take some hormone therapy, and boom, they got all of the benefits that the ladies had. They got all the privileges. They got they're a part of women's organizations and Fortune 500 companies, and they're winning beauty pageants, they're winning in sports, which I think sports is wrong. And I'm not saying any of this is wrong besides the sports. I don't think that a trans women should compete against biological women. I think that's wrong. But as far as everything else besides a physical standpoint, if that's what makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. It's none of my business. But I think a lot of these dudes, they just they don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke. And so they go join the ladies. They go put the skirt on. They've been worn down by women that don't want them. They have been worn down by men that just want to destroy and crush them into oblivion, which unfortunately this is what men do when we compete. Trash talk happens. You might get emotionally manipulated because you're weak minded. And you just get worn down, and that's just how it works. Like, that's how the real world works. I feel like these women that were previously men, right? They've been worn down by life. Life wore that ass out, and so they go put on a dress. I don't care how tired I am. I don't care how much I fail. Y'all will never catch my shiny, bald-headed ass, you know, in a dress, with some damn Like, I just can't get down with it, right? It's not for me, but I ain't gonna tear y'all down if that's what y'all want to do. But this is my guess as to why so many men are turning into women. They don't want the smoke from the dudes, and the ladies let them join them. So, if they had nowhere else to go, they probably would come back to our side and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a man, I'm gonna work hard. And with being a man, there's a lot of stuff that sucks. There's obligation, doing things not because you have to, but because it's right, right? With obligation, if you're ridiculed, if you don't support your family, if you don't try to make more money, um, you'll get ridiculed, man. You'll get ridiculed. People will look down on you as a man if your family is on the street, if you're not doing well professionally or financially. You're going to get looked at as the reason why your family is failing or not doing well. And women, as a woman, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with this, but as a woman, if you don't do well, if your family isn't performing well financially or just as a unit, no one looks at you, and judges you, or no one's shameful because women don't have that obligation. So I feel like dudes are changing their gender to avoid the obligation. They're avoiding the smoke. They're avoiding the pain. And hey, it is what it is. More women for me, but pretty soon it's gonna be hard to tell who's a woman and who's not. Like for real, dog. Like it's gonna be scary pretty soon. Like I hate to say it, it's gonna be pretty pretty different. Our society is changing. Like it doesn't bother me. I'm gonna be real. Only thing that makes me mad, I'm gonna be real with that, is when I'm watching Netflix and there's a two sword there's a sword fighting scene. I'm like, why y'all gotta put that up here on these movies, bruh? Like, I really just don't understand why y'all have to include that in a Netflix movie. Like, I could have went without seeing two dudes bump uglies, but it's in every show on Netflix. Besides that, I don't care what people do. I really, really don't. But yeah, the world's changing, bro. 2024 is happening. As you guys know, it's Biden versus Trump. Biden is very pro transmission, pro transformer. Shout out to all my transformer viewers. Like, oh man, hey, it takes a strong man, okay, to get a surgery removing his schlong, his hot dog. It takes a real strong man, and then to take it up the Duke chute, it takes a strong man, cause there ain't no way in hell. Oh man, but yeah, people are starting to accept it, and to be real with you, you have no choice but to, even if you don't like it. But yeah, man, this is my reason. This is my opinion as to why. This is my opinion as to why men are changing teams and why they're going over and becoming females. It's because of the smoke. It's also because of the low bar to entry. Ladies, I hope you get that. I hope you ladies get that together. And at this point, I know there was a viral video where it was like, "What is a woman?" At this point, what is a man? You feel me? Because we letting ladies get drafted into the military. Like, I don't think that women should be drafted into the military. You can join the military, but being drafted, that's what we're for. I don't think our ladies should be put into the shredder. I think that's kind of messed up, but the men are allowing it. Nobody is standing up. They're pushing it in Congress. You can Google it. It's unbelievable, bro. And they're really manipulating and changing these gender roles. Like what was expected of a man now, what was expected of a man 30 years ago, or night and day, unfortunately. Um, Hey Autumn, Autumn says hearts. Hey Autumn, I'm not sure if you LGBTQ, this video might be for you. But nah, for real though, I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings or nothing. I don't care what you like. I'm gonna be real. I just know what I like. I'm happy for you if you happy, but I think that's really what's going on. Now with the whole school thing, I know a lot of people are butthurt. Oh, Autumn says no on buy. Oh, Autumn, you a Lily Lentlicker. I'm joking. Autumn's like, unsubscribe. Take away my wrench. Healthy don't hurt. No, no, it is what it is. People be tripping. People be tripping over the whole LGBT thing, and even over like the whole transformer thing. Autumn says, "LOL, you're fine." Sorry, Autumn caught a stray. Autumn caught a stray. But nah, people be tripping over, dudes choosing and ladies choosing different lifestyles, bruh. I just be like, I got my own thing going on. It's not stopping me from you know what I'm saying, from busting the windows out of women, from finding a woman that's blessed in the Behind region. If anything, it made it easier. Because to be real with you, a lot of these gay dudes will be taking our ladies. They willing to shop. They willing to paint, do go nail painting. They'll tell your girl if her outfit looks good or not. They'll listen to all of her stories, listen to every single detail. And most straight men, myself included, are not willing to go that hard in the paint when it comes to female activities. A lot of these gay dudes would take our bitches. I'm gonna be real. Like to be real, especially in the hygiene department. Some of y'all straight dudes, oh God, I'd be like, bruh. I'd be like, dude, you ever hear an aftershave? People just be shaving and it just be looking like pop. I'd be like, bruh, gay dudes be on 10 with it. Autumn says, ooh, yeah, it be wild, bro. It be really wild. But no, I don't get bothered by gay people or people that are part of the LGBT. A lot of people get mad just at the sight of them. They be like, look at them, liking penis. See a giant vein going across their forehead. I mean, I just never had a bad experience with a gay person. You feel me? Like me personally, I've worked in restaurants, I've worked in retail, I've had gay managers. They were always cool. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Dodder MMA says hi. Hi Eddie, how you feeling today? So because gay people never really did anything bad to me, I don't judge. But I'm not like out here waving the rainbow flag or nothing. You ain't gonna catch me in the gay bar. You feel me? But hey, I could be cool with a gay person, as long as you ain't looking at me funny. The second you start looking at me funny, now we gotta throw hands. Like for real. But yeah, society is changing, man. Society is changing. Society norms are changing. It is getting interesting. We'll see where this plays out. And yeah, I think it's I can't say it's a good thing, but it's not a bad thing neither, because I think it's important that for those few people that do get down like that, that if that's what y'all want to do, I don't think y'all should be ridiculed for it or chased down the street. Just keep that shit indoors. I think that's kind of where the LGBT community has their biggest problem, is at them parades. They don't know how to act. Y'all be in the streets sucking pee pee. Like y'all be having gross outfits on for them gay parades. I live in Pittsburgh, so it's a very liberal city. And yeah, the stuff that I be seeing these people, these gay dudes be wearing, it be scary up in these streets, fam. Like I be seeing them in leather and just like they just gotta find a way to keep that shit classy. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's hard because I'm a black man, and right, and most black men don't know nothing about keeping shit classy. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hypocritical, but I just feel like when it comes to that stuff, just what you wear, just keep it chill, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Just keep it chill. If they would keep it more chill, people it would be a lot harder for them to go in on the LGBT community. Sometimes y'all just do it to yourselves, but yeah, I think that's my opinion as to why men are turning into women. I mean, from a straight dude's perspective, I've never wanted to turn into a woman. Autumn says I'm going doing yoga outside right now. Yoga's hard, man. Yoga's hard. I did this Pilates workout with this girl called Jessica Yoga Pilates. I did her workout and I picked her video because I was like, oh, look at this frail lady. She's in her 40s. This is gonna be light work. And she wore my ass out for like 18 minutes. It was rough. But yeah, it's just the way things are going, man. It's just the way things are going. They ain't stopping me from getting no money, so I leave them alone. And yeah, that's just my viewpoint on that. That's why dudes are turning into women. They just don't want the smoke, and women are giving them an open arms. I wish I could have a woman's perspective. I definitely got to find me a female YouTuber to talk to about this, because I wonder how women feel about dudes turning into women. I wonder how y'all feel. Like, as a woman, I would feel pretty threatened and a little bit insulted that you think that you could just waltz on in and just start taking, our jobs. I sound like Donald Trump. They're taking their jobs. But no, for real, they technically are taking your jobs, ladies. So where does it stop, right? Because let's say, let's say a trans woman gets elected president, right? If she's considered the first female president, are y'all gonna take that? Are y'all gonna let that fly? And so now she would be like the new representation of what a woman is in the country. Like that's the type of stuff I be talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all kind of let them just do whatever. And now that they're in the house, they're in the chair, it's too late. Like they already in their sporting events. They are, and that's really the only issue that I have, really, is just places of, how can I put this delicately? The only issue that I have with them being on the forefront as a woman is when it comes to athletics, and when it comes to high milestones of achievement. So the president, in law, like, anywhere where they're like, this is the first woman to do this, or this is the first woman to do that. And it's like, you take that away from any woman afterwards that does it, because you know you're not a fool. Yeah, y'all know where I'm going with that. Fat Boy Tino says women betray themselves. Women are a target of all these movements because the women are more nurturing and understanding. Facts, bro. Facts. And women will be the most vocal in your fight and actually act. Yeah, that is true, bro. That is true. I can't even lie. Civil rights movement, you know, white women was laying it down for us. It was in the streets getting active, betraying their husbands, fathers, or brothers. They were like, I want some black dick and I want it now. They were in the streets going nuts. No, you right though, man. You right. I love women, and that's the best. That's the best. That's like their best character. That's the best part about their characters. They're so understanding and caring. You know, they'll care for your differences, which is mind-boggling because we'll destroy you. Men will destroy you for your differences, but women will love you for your differences. They'll actually look at that as an asset, you know. And it is sad to see that, like, it's to y'all detriment. It's to y'all downfall. It's so much so that y'all getting drafted. Like, I don't y'all gonna have to say something. But the sad part about this is that if a woman says something, all the other ladies are gonna turn on her, including the one with the penis. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really can't win in that situation. Yeah, I mean, women got a lot of shit going on. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's tough as a man, and I know we're talking about men transitioning into women and how they don't want the smoke. Women have their own issues. I mean, that's one of them, bro. But like, the government is like really putting y'all in a bad spot, in a terrible spot. Like, and at first it was like, oh yeah, it's black women, but then it just spread to all women, you know, because now you used to have a choice on whether or not you could stay home with your babies. You could work part-time, you could work full-time, you know. Now you have to get married. A lot of women are trying to buck against marriage. Fat Boy Tino says we need each other, we need the balanced equation. That's why we've turned against each other. Women literally were duped into fighting to be drafted in the name of equality. Oh, bro, it hurts the heart, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I can't believe that we're drafting females. We're drafting females. We're drafting women for war. We're getting them in helicopters. We're getting them in airplanes. They're gonna have rifles, grenades. They're gonna lay their lives down. No, no, that's not, no, no, absolutely not. Tino says, as a man, as a woman, a man as a woman, still not much. Wait, a man as a woman, still not as much as a disadvantaged woman. Tino, you gotta break that down for me. You gotta break that down for me. But I, I really don't know how this even happened. Like, I can understand how when men transition into women, that's so clear. Like, that's crystal clear, right? Women let it happen. They were cool with it. Society was like, who cares? LGBT was already running the game. I know how that worked, right? But the draft thing, even with equality, yeah, women, y'all got your own issues to figure out. Like, seriously, it's toxic. It's super toxic. You can't win that. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, how can you imagine having a daughter, fam? Pretty soon, dude, people ain't even gonna want to have daughters no more because they're gonna be like, for what? And that in itself is dangerous because they already do that over in China. They're gonna be like, what do I want a daughter for? Then they're not gonna have no purpose because you could just have a son and then he could turn into a daughter. Like, oh my god, like this is just brutal, bro. We need to bring back God. That's all I'm saying. We gotta bring back God. I feel like we got too far away from the Christian faith. We got too far away from, you know, we got too far away. We got way too far away. You know, we need like clear lines of what things are, clear lines of what people can and cannot do, and just need to clear it. Like even with the Black Autumn's bisexual, even with the bisexual stuff, that was a clear line. Do you like boys? Do you like girls? Or do you like both? Only three. Now it's like, oh, I like furries. I like Zerzims. I like. It's like you. It's so specific. It's so specific, and there's a million different categories. I feel like they just do that just to confuse everybody. But I want everybody to live their truth. So I don't try to change. I don't try to change people. I don't try to change the world. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't try to change people. I just try to get mine. I just try to go home unscathed. We'll learn one day, man. We'll learn one day. I am worried about the family structure, though. Autumn says it's all about control. I agree. It is all about control. I'm worried about the family structure. I ain't gonna lie, because like, I do believe that it's possible for two women to have a child and to have a family. I do believe it's possible for even two men to have a family, to have a normal family. But you guys can see my sexist brain not liking the women, but not liking the two dudes. But no, for real, I do believe it's possible for both sets of people to have families that are healthy. But when you have like p- two trans women having children, mm, mm, that's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. They start encouraging, like not like letting them just do their own thing and just, but they start encouraging and pushing that belief on the kid. That's when you start messing up the family, right? Because now the your kid doesn't even have like a self identity. They don't have their own identity. You pushed that belief onto them. It wasn't like, oh, I see you. I see that you guys are two trans women and that you raised me and you're my representation. It's not that. It's, oh, I could be a boy, I could be a girl, I could be anything I want. I could dress how you know what you guys get what I'm saying? Like they don't give kids enough time to figure out normal society before slapping on all of the extra stuff on. Autumn says, of course, when the son paints his nails. Yeah, I mean, with the nail painting, it's like the nail painting. God, yeah, I just gotta let that fly. I'm gonna be real. I hate to say it, but that goes into it, right? Because y'all let it happen. Y'all allowed it to occur. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There's a sad story this girl told me at the gym, which was really pitiful. Tino says, we don't all have these categories. Just do what you do. Language is the number one control metric. As someone that works with children, nuclear family is the best situation. Anything is better than foster care. Absolutely. Anything is better than foster care. You're totally right. Let kids be kids without getting a label. Yeah, facts. Facts. And they shouldn't be like learning their sexual identity before it's appropriate. Autumn says his baby mom let him and tells him it's okay to be gay. Woo! Ah, man, I mean, that's their kids. I mean, that's their kid. Like, as much as you're right, Autumn, and I totally agree with you, that's their kid. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I can't tell you what to do with your kid, but when we allow these cultures to be normalized, these lifestyles to be normalized in our society, you get this is what you get. You get like unpredictable children growing into confused men and women. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all, man. Puberty was confusing for me as a straight black man. I was so confused, right? Because I was in this black school. Fat boy Tino went to high school with me, so he know. I went to a predominantly black school, 70% black, 30% white. I spoke too proper for the black kids. I spoke too hood, and I used Ebonics too frequently for the white kids. So I was stuck in this hard in between moment. I was growing into my body. I grew 8, 9 inches over the course of 2 years. Hairline was running away from my face. Voice went from Elmo to what you hear right now. So many changes, more changes that I can keep a hold of. Puberty is difficult enough without people trying to call you a girl when you're a boy or trying to get you to consider hormone blockers. It's a lot. Fat Boy Tino says that's grooming in a way that I've heard many women say they wanted gay sons. Children need firm boundaries. They will learn to color out the lines. Absolutely, absolutely, facts, super facts. And you learn most about yourself outside of school and outside of your house anyway. You learn more just being with your friends than you do actually from your parents teaching. Like you kids do what they want to do. They say that for a reason, but Fat Boy Tino said, we are all blacks and Italians, one Jew, fine miscellaneous races. Yeah, absolutely. Autumn says, what happens if there is no boundaries? If you don't got no boundaries, if there are no boundaries for your kid, when your kid's gonna grow up with expecting there to not be boundaries, and your kid's gonna have a terrible life from the age of 17, 18, all the way to death, because you let your kid do whatever, and people are not gonna be with it. Autumn says he's 8, but not my son. Oh yeah, I mean, he's cooked. He's probably cooked. I'm gonna be real. He's probably cooked, unfortunately. Now, God, I didn't even, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. My upbringing was rough, but I had a lot of great moments because I was so innocent, even though I came from a rough upbringing. I was in 10th, 11th grade. I knew I liked girls. I knew I liked the way they smelled. I always had a girlfriend, but I couldn't realize as a 16-year-old why they were looking at girls' butts. Because in my head, that's where the poop comes out. You feel me? But I couldn't connect the dots. I connected the dots on my own. And I feel like that's regardless of what you like, the dots should be connected on your own merit, not by force. Fat Boy Tino says they don't feel safe and don't know how to navigate. Yeah. Autumn says, but now CPS is involved with him and the parents. That's sad. I mean, once CPS got to get involved, it's I mean, it's not a wrap. Unfortunately, way more people get custody of their kids than they shouldn't, than they should. But they're probably not going to do anything as long as they have no evidence of anything scary happening with the kid. But that happens a lot. It happens a lot. It's a society. It's just where we're headed, bro. You can't tell nobody to do nothing anymore because we let everything fly. Autumn says, and the mom is whining right now. I mean, I don't know what she expected. I don't know what she expected. You can't give kids that type of freedom. Kids need structure and repetition. So if you're telling a kid what to do, you have to tell this kid the same thing, what to do every single time, consistently. You can't have a variation of answers and consequences. It's got to be consistent. That way you get consistent actions with consistent correction. But if you just let anything fly and there's no consequence, that's what happens. I mean, hey, she had to have known that wasn't right. Because in my opinion, at the age of 8, you shouldn't, you kind of figure out what you like, but you don't know what goes on. They have court this week. That's going to be a layup for that lawyer. I ain't even going to lie to you. That's going to be a hell layup. But yeah, I mean, we changed the definition of a woman in our medical dictionaries. We added it and implemented LGBT culture into our schools, which I think is great. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying this all goes hand in hand because they're a part of the umbrella. So once you start something, it's hard for you to stop, right? It's kind of like the same thing with body positivity, right? We were telling fat women that they shouldn't be ashamed of their body, that you're not gross, you're not disgusting, even though your fupa is the size of my head, right? And you can't wear normal fitting bathing suits or clothing in the summer without scarring people. We've told them that that's okay for, that you're beautiful. And now for health purposes, you can't even tell somebody that they're overweight. It's wild. It's wild. I don't know where this is gonna end. I'm gonna be real with you, but hey, we made our bed. I don't try to tell nobody how to live. I just know how I want to live. I want to lift weights with my son. I want to drink beer, watch football. I want to invest my money. Jay and Autumn in the house. We had a family reunion up in this beach. Fat Boy Tino says you can't legally expose kids to sexual ideas or content. You'll be penalized. We let the lid off and we went wow. Yeah, you can't put that cat back in the bag. You really can't. Like, you really, really can't. I don't know where it started though. I don't know where it started. A lot of people like to say that this all started with the drag queens in with the drag queens in the libraries and in schools. In my personal opinion, I don't think that that's right. But I don't know if that classifies as like grooming. I don't know. I just know my kid's not gonna be up in there. Like I said, I can't tell you what to do with your kids. You feel me? Like a lot of people be butthurt, but it's like at the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, like it's not my kid, it's yours. And if it's not in an environment like the library is not a environment for learning. It's for reading, but it's not for learning, and it's not mandatory. You know, your kid is there because the parent brought them to the library to be read books to by a drag queen, right? A man in makeup with padded boobies. Your parent brought you there. That wasn't a requirement by the school. Wasn't a requirement by the state, right? So with that being said, I can't even say that's where it started because your parents brought you there. I can't even say I got a problem with it because it has nothing to do with the schooling and the kids that are in there wanted to be there by their parents. None of my business. You won't catch my kid alive or dead inside there, you know. But preferences, different strokes for different folks. But with these strokes come different consequences. Jay says, "Are you doing anything fun for the 4th of July?" I'm gonna go down to downtown Pittsburgh. We got this thing called the Point. It's like a monument. I'm going to watch the fireworks with my son. Probably get me some good food. Watch him splash around in the fountain. What about you guys? You guys got anything planned, Jay? What about you, Tino? Tino says, you can. Oh, yeah. Tino says it was a movement. Yeah, it is a movement. It definitely is a movement. It's tough, bro. It's really tough. Even having this live, like, I didn't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole, but I was like, this is interesting, and I think more people should be comfortable talking about this on YouTube because we dead ass have men turning into women. Like that's what we have. My question is, when Russia and China come over with like these human terminators where they were literally drafted out of high school, selected from high school, all they know is go. They got soldiers for real, for real. So when people come over with real men, real soldiers, you know, what are we gonna do when all we have is fingernail painting, you know, heel wearing ninnies? You know, which is fine to be a ninny. You know, it's fine, and there ain't no wrong with being a ninny. It's not for me, but I hope you're happy. But as a country, we got to do something when all we got is soft ninjas. You know, Fat Boy Tino says, I'm going to my sister's. Black Lives Matter doesn't represent all blacks. I mean, I never really resonated with Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna be real, but I do agree with you. I do agree with you, like totally. Unfortunately, Black Lives Matter did more damage than they did help. Autumn says, I got a friend from Tampa here for the 4th. Oh, that's Liddy. Jay says, yeah, I went to a fire show last night and they had some really good food. My profile pic is the firework from last night. We have guests from Tucson, Arizona down here in Greenwood, Louisiana. Oh, that's what's up. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Fat Boy Tino says, soft ninjas with no guns. Facts. Yeah, yeah, my thing is, bro, like, you don't got to be tough, but you need to be durable. Like, being a tough guy is not cool because tough guys never act tough around the tough guys because people die. And the only people that act tough around the soft guys are bullies. But we do need, like, hard, soul-to-the-earth men to get tough jobs done. Welding, being a soldier, being a plumber, construction workers, concrete workers. I mean, I have yet to see a woman in heels or a man in heels, excuse me, do these jobs. I've yet to see any of them be, you know, oil rig drillers or any other tough profession. And it's like, yo, we need people to do these jobs. You feel me? It's a requirement. Autumn says, but they want more weapons. Yeah, I mean, wait, who wants more weapons, Autumn? Who wants more weapons? We don't want more weapons. We giving away weapons. Shoot, to be real with you. But it's just interesting, bro. As a father, like, I'm a dad. Shout out to EJ Daddy, love you. Like, as a father, it's interesting to see, but it's like I don't want it to go back to our old ways, but we're kind of going into a bad position, you know, because it used to be, you know, you would get beat up for being gay. I don't think people should get beat up for being gay. I actually heard a real sad story at the gym. This girl was like, yeah, she was wearing this tutu in the gym, and I didn't know she was gay, or I thought she was gay. So it was, I think it was like the first day of Pride Month. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you were gay. She was like, no, I'm not gay. I got a best friend that died in high school. She told me a story about how after school she was walking home with her gay friend, and they were walking, and all she heard was pop, 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 and this car was coming back, and she was like, get down. All you heard was pop, 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 pop. And then she looked down. He ain't get down fast enough. Dude's whole watermelon was just leaking on the pavement, and he died in her arms. And they only did that because he was gay. Sounds crazy, but people are young and stupid and young, and there's a deadly combination. So I don't think, you know, gay people should get mistreated, bruh, but it's like, certain point, you know, certain point, we gotta find a way to clean y'all up a little bit. Ain't trying to suppress y'all. We just gotta repackage y'all into something that's more appropriate, more productive, more constructive, more presentable, more family friendly, more clear, you know. All of these things is the exact opposite of what they are. Fat Boy Tino says, never was invaded due to guns. We're going too far left. Yeah, we going too far left. Yeah, I be standing up for the left too, you know, because I know some people be like, oh, you Uncle Tom, you know, you bootlicker. It's like, nah, bro, I just want my neighborhood safe. Like, y'all tripping, fam. Autumn says, because war is coming. Oh, yeah, they did that draft for a reason. They didn't do that draft for no reason. It's on the way. It's on the way. It's always been on the way, though, you know, like, to be honest with you. I'm just glad I'm here in America. Like, a lot of black people be complaining. I'd be like, this is the best country in the world, bruh. You could be gay. You could like furries. You could like washing machines, balloons. You could identify as a disabled person. Shoot, I seen somebody identifying as being time blind. She was like, I suffer from time blindness. I was like, man. I was like, now y'all really tripping out here, identifying as a person that's blind to time, so you can't show up to work early, claim that you're being discriminated against. Hey, like I said, I don't try to change the world. I just see where we're headed. I see where we're going. I just point out the weaknesses and I attack. That's all I do. Autumn says, there was a guy who identified as a goat. I mean, hey, that's fine, but you know what they do to goats in other countries? Oh, yeah. They be banging goats in other countries. This is all fun and games until you get that goat treatment out in Iran. Somebody try to get all up in there. Fat Boy Tino says all men are signed up for selective service. A goat, yeah, for real. Yeah, I don't know how you can identify as a goat. You know, shoot, if I could identify as something, what would my identification be? My identification would probably be a keg of beer. Yep, a keg of beer. I probably would identify as a glass of beer, a keg of beer, or a blunt. I identify as some Swisher Sweets. Fat Boy Tino says all men are signed up for. I already read that. Fat Boy Tino says bum rush. Yeah, it is what it is. Autumn says yeah, he tatted himself up and had a horn. I seen that. Actually seen that on YouTube. Yup, I did see that on YouTube. It's getting interesting out here, man. It's getting interesting. I don't know what this world's coming to. I just try to just get right with mine. You feel me? Like, I just try to get right. But hey, y'all, I'm going to have to hop up off of here. It's 4:30. I go pick up my son. But yeah, man, in conclusion, the reason why dudes are turning into ladies is because they don't want the smoke. It's too rough for them. The other guys they're competing against, they don't want to get beat up. They don't want to get, you know, bloodied. They don't want to have to claw their way up, claw their way through, or to have to go through pain, you know. So they join the ladies. Ladies allow them to join. We got, you know, we talked about women joining the military, or women getting drafted in the military. You know, it's getting real in the field, man. But thank you so much, Autumn. Thank you so much for Fat Boy Tino and everybody else to join the live. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all take it easy. Peace.